Are you looking for a better content calendar for your social medias? Well, definitely stay tuned because this video is for you. Hey, I'm Coach Molle from Visibility Hacking Studios, and today we're talking about content planners. Stop being the business owner and the entrepreneur that is trying to run your business and every day trying to come up with new relevant topics for content. Because if you keep playing that game, you're going to drown. The overwhelm is going to come in hard and fast. The reality is, content creation burnout is a real thing. And of course, you can always wrap up and hand off your content creation to a different organization, to a different company to do that for you. But sadly, that starts to water down your brand. In other words, it starts to erode away at the voice of your brand. So today we're talking about how you can create an entire month, heck, an entire year's worth of content that speaks to your brand voice and doesn't make you go cross-eyed. So if this interests you, then stay tuned. We got so much planned for you. We're gonna talk about how to connect to your dream customers with this massive shift in your content strategy. We're gonna talk about the best way to create engaging content that drives sales. And at the end of the video, I'm gonna show you my favorite content planning tool, and you don't wanna miss this. So roll that intro, I'll see you on the other side. The first big shift I want you guys to have when it comes to thinking about your content is thinking instead of how can I survive every day creating this new piece of content. That kind of feels like you're trying to tread water in the middle of the ocean. It's not going to get you anywhere, but it does make you feel like you're being productive. That is the easiest way to lead to burnout. So let's shift your strategy and let's start thinking about how we can create reproducible content. No, I don't mean you're going to create the same piece of content everywhere. What I am talking about is coming up with a system that will help you regularly generate ideas for content. And because we're going to plan our content, we're going to actually have these conversations before we have to create that content on deadline. And this way, we can look ahead. We can look down the road in a couple weeks or a couple months and say, I'm going to be talking about topic X in this month. And so maybe I could use this opportunity to set up an interview or to go with a different type of content, to try something new with the way that we're presenting that message to our people. But we can't do that when we're in survival mode. We can't truly be creative and truly connect to our audience if we're treading water in the middle of the ocean. So consider this my life raft for you. Let's talk about how we can systematize your content. I want you to think deeply about your business and deeply about the solutions that you present to people. Or maybe you're creating content based around a certain activity that you want people to get into. You want your ideal customers to join you in this activity. Whichever one of those options you fall into, the same process applies. What I want you to do is think up your core pillars for your business. So for visibility hacking, for example, we help people with live streaming, we help people with their camera confidence, we help people connect to new leads and to nurture them, and we help change that sales process. So those would be different pillars that we utilize when we talk about our content. So think about your business. What are those pillars that really define the types of content, the types of solutions, the types of obstacles you help your ideal customers overcome? This is a massive shift for a lot of people when it comes to creating content. Usually they're looking for trends and they're trying to reproduce those trends. And yeah, that's cool. I mean, that's what visibility hacking is unfortunately presumed to be, but it's not. Because when you look reverse at a piece of content like that, you're missing out on the entire back-end strategy. You don't actually know if you're following a model that actually works. So let's shift that. Let's stop comparing ourselves to others out there and start creating the conversation starters that are going to connect us to our ideal customers. So let's start out with the question of the day, and I want to know, who is your ideal customer? What are you doing to start those conversations? And if you're brave enough, you can also let us know down in the comments what your core pillars are for your business. Heck, if you're stuck, if you need some assistance, we as the visibility hacking community are here for you. Now, if you've joined us for our year of content training before, or you've signed up for our next year of content training, you will have followed this process already. Understanding what those core pillars are is just step number one. Now I want you to take those core themes and I want you to break them up into weekly topics. Of course, join us for the training. We will go much deeper into how specifically we do that process. There's a few steps in between, but if you're just starting out and you just want that first big shift in your strategy, then I want you to identify those pillars and then turn those pillars into different themes that you can talk about each week. For example, say you have 4 pillars. Well, each of those pillars can be rotated. So you can say pillar number 1 is going to be month 1, pillar 2 is going to be month 2, pillar 3 is going to be month 3, pillar 4 is going to be month 4. From there, you take pillar 1, month 1, and you divide it up into 4 weekly themes that still fit within that same pillar. Then you're going to do the same thing for pillar number 2 and pillar number 3 and pillar number 4. Now, some people will shuffle all of these together once they have their list of weekly themes. They'll create a different order for it. Or if you just want the easy route, then just go topic 1, month 1, topic 2, month 2, and do your weekly themes in there. Of course, I have an awesome tool that you guys can use. Head over to Answer the Public. I have the links down in the description. It's a free software tool. You can, of course, pay for a membership. I don't have a membership paid for on that site, and I've been using it for about 2 years now, and it's been great for coming up with ideas for topics. So what Answer the Public does is it looks through all of the different search terms that people are looking for, and it helps you come together with some great questions and great topics that your ideal customer is probably out there looking for. So what you're going to do is head over to the website and you're going to type in a keyword. Also make sure that you adjust the country that you're searching for, because different countries will give you different search results. So once you have all of those keywords populated on a list, you can start to create, you start to put those in to Answer the Public and get some really cool topics. What I personally do is I print off these spreadsheets and I go through with a highlighter and I highlight the ones that are most relevant that would turn into really cool video topics. And then bam, those are the topics for your content. You're gonna throw those on to your content calendar and bam, everything's gonna change. Now, if you're enjoying this video and you'd like more awesomeness from the visibility hacking world, then I definitely recommend you hit the subscribe button, join us here on the channel, and while you're at it, give it a thumbs up. Now, my favorite tool that we use in the visibility hacking world for ourselves and for our clients is a very simple Google spreadsheet content planning calendar. And of course, the links for it are down in the description, so you can download your own copy, follow along, and you can start creating and planning some content that's really going to help you connect and nurture that relationship with your ideal customers. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool, because when we move away from just generating ideas or just brainstorming lists of topics or downloading spreadsheets of lists of topics, what we're not doing is moving forward with that. We're gathering our resources, but we haven't taken that next step. And that next step is to formalize what your plan is. So use all of those resources, all of those great SEO tools that we've been giving you throughout your journey here on the Visibility Hacking channel, and so much more. Once you have all those resources in place, it's time to put them on to the calendar. It's time to figure out what content are you putting out on each of your different platforms. And no, we are not getting into a discussion about what platforms you should be conversing with your people on in this video. If you are interested in that, definitely let us know in the comments and we'll be happy to dive deeper into that topic. But today, your action step is 1, download that content planning calendar. Step 2 is to start filling it out. At least start with your next month of content. And of course, if you haven't already joined us for our year of content training, then you can find those links also down in the description. And I highly recommend that if you are looking for a way to streamline your content creation process, and set it up even to be able to hand off to a virtual assistant or whatnot and keep your brand voice intact, well, you're going to want to start by creating a content calendar. So download below, fill it in, let us know if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or jokes of the knock knock variety. And I will see you again in our next video. Until then, remember, I love you, be excellent to each other, and just go live, because your people are waiting for you.